beauties, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you guys actually like the look. So today is going to be more of like an orange sunset inspired, but I didn't want to do a sunset look. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, I have not been here in a while, so you want to see how I do my makeup. If you've missed me, because I missed you so much too, definitely stay tuned to this video. Stay in contact with me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find me, because I am still doing different looks and I'm definitely still teaching and doing different tutorials, but they may not always be on YouTube. If you want to know how I got this look step by step, very, very detailed, then this is the video for you, because I show you how to apply your eyeshadows as well as your face makeup, eyebrows. I teach you everything. So if you want to stay tuned and you want to be a part of the family and see my video where I teach you how to do your makeup, then definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell button so you'll stay notified whenever I decide to post a look. So I'm not gonna hold this too long. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Let's go. Okay, so I've already primed my face, because y'all see me prime my face in every single video, so I wasn't gonna bore y'all with it today. But one thing I have been loving now is the Becca Ever Matte Pore Perfecting Primer. You guys know, because I'm oily, I like to prime my face with it, but lately I have been putting it on my eyebrows. It makes it so much easier to do your eyebrows because, one, it's a little tacky. So the pencil and the primer kind of mesh well together, so it gives a little bit of resistance so you can draw the perfect eyebrow. And what it does as well is it keeps my eyebrow matte all day long. I absolutely love it. Y'all gotta try it and let me know what you think. I'm going to be using two pencils today. One is going to be the Ruby Kisses Auto Lip Liner, which is just a lip liner, and I feel like it allows me to have this deep dark color on the tail end of my eyebrow. And then I'm going to be using the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim pencil. I really love this. I use this on the front part of my brow. It's in the shade Black and Brown, so it's going to give you this faded effect, and I like to do upward strokes so that my brow looks natural and it looks like, I guess, hair-like. Okay, so I'm going back to my LA Girl Pro concealers because these things are amazing. So I'm gonna go back with Espresso. This is what I'm gonna line the top of my eyebrow with, and then I'm gonna go in with a shade that's about 2 or 3 shades lighter, which is a Fawn. This is gonna go on the bottom of my brow. You guys already know you wanna use a skin tone concealer for the top to kind of make your brows look natural, and then use something that's a little bit lighter so that your brow looks lifted and flawless. So now I'm gonna prime my eyes, and I know there are a ton of real, true primers out there, and I have a few. But again, I'm going back in my LA Girl Pro concealer because I love this concealer. This one dries really fast. Not only that, it's thick in consistency, so if you want your colors to pop, this works just as good as any other eyeshadow primer, and you don't have to break the bank with it. So I am going to apply this all over the lid, and then I am going to use a brush to blend everything out. Girl, what are you chewing on? Your mouth, sis. So I don't know if y'all have tried this palette right here, but this is the Artistry Vault palette by Melissa, and this is from Makeup by Yolondo. If you support Black-owned brands, definitely support her Black-owned brand. She's everywhere. She's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and she does like a lot of demos of her own product, and she has a lot of makeup artists that are also demoing as well. Not necessarily those that are really popular, all those faces that you're used to seeing. She also uses people that most people don't see. So this is the palette, and I am in love with her palette. I have this one in the Jamrock palette. I'm gonna go with like orange tones today, orange and yellow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna be using this color, possibly this color, and then a yellow, so I might go with this as well. But the first shade that I'm gonna pick up is gonna be this color right here. This is gonna serve as my transition color. I'm gonna go ahead and pack that on and blend this a little bit, blend it in my crease. So I really love this eyeshadow palette because the colors that you pick up out of the eyeshadow palette, whatever you see in the pan, you're also gonna get on your lid. And you know that's not true with every eyeshadow palette that you get. So these colors are very, very true to color. So to give my crease color a little bit something to blend into, I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is a little lighter of an orange called Melly Males. And I love these names. And I'm going to put this right above the orange that I just laid down. When you're blending, make sure you're blending with a light hand because you want all of your colors to transition well together. So a light hand, and just add more product if you need more product. And then it's okay to go back into your previous shade just to intensify anything that was lost. So it's okay to go back and forth in between colors until you get the perfect blend and the perfect color payoff. Now I'm going to intensify my lid space a little bit more. So I'm going to be going into Don't Be Awkward, which is an awkward color to me because it's a little bit more of like a coral color, a corally orange. I don't know how to really describe it, but this is now going to go a little bit more, a little bit more in the crease so that it deepens it and has that orange pop just a little bit more. Okay, so y'all, I am now on TikTok and I never thought I would join the TikTok bandwagon. But if y'all have not seen me here, I'm probably gonna be on either TikTok or Instagram. So don't forget to follow. All of my handles are gonna be listed in the description box below. So if you need any type of tutorial, anything like that, it's probably gonna be found on TikTok. Those are so much easier to edit. Like I have my brow routine, everything there. So don't forget to follow me on TikTok. Might as well just go ahead and follow me now. That way you can stay in the loop for any new looks, any new tips and tricks, all of that. Okay, so now I am gonna go into this shade called So Precise. I don't think I wanna cut a crease today. You know, like I know we all do cut creases and we're so used to the Instagram makeup looks and all of that. And cut creases are in. And I even do my fair share of cut creases, but I am just going to apply this eyeshadow all over the lid with a eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna pack it in. Like the cool thing about makeup is you can do it however you want to do it. I mean, I know there are trends out here and all this other stuff, and that's all good, but you can be as creative as you want. You can be as extra as you want, as minimal as you want. Just do whatever you feel like doing. You don't always have to follow a trend, you know. You can be a trendsetter. And for anybody that is interested in doing makeup, Instagram makeup is not the all in all, you know. There's makeup for film, there's makeup for photography, there's makeup for pageants. There is just all different types of fields and aspects of makeup. There's costume makeup, all of that. So just because Instagram may seem like the most prevalent, that is not where makeup begins and where it ends. So I actually encourage anybody that is interested in makeup, whether you're doing it for a hobby or you want to do it professionally, to branch out, like look at different fields of makeup and see what you would be most likely interested in, you know? Because our gifts, our talents, even when it comes to a particular field, they're different. You know, your style is different from the next person's. Your interest, your passion is different from the next person. So don't feel like you have to follow a certain path just because everybody else is doing it. Follow your own path. That is your superpower. A lot of times we think there's so much untapped potential because there's people that are afraid to branch out and do their thing, but there's a lot of untapped potential because there's a lot of people that are doing and following everybody else's path instead of their own. So even though you may be doing something, you may not be doing the right thing because you are not truly following your own path. You're just doing what the majority or what everybody else is doing. So don't do that. You have so much potential, so much untapped potential bottled inside of you, not because you're not moving sometimes, but because you're just going in the wrong direction because you're following everybody else. So don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to have a different interest than the rest. I say if it's different, move different, be different. We're all unique, right? We all want to be unique, but we are afraid to branch out and truly be and live in our uniqueness. So do that today. Today. So I know the eyes look half done, so don't judge me. Don't judge me at all. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation because you know how I do. I do my face in phases. I don't know why. I'm going into the NARS Semi Matte All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations. One, of course, is semi matte, so it keeps me matte. And then it's a little thick in consistency. So if you want something that kind of is like full coverage that you can build, this one to me is that foundation. Now, if you definitely want it to be full coverage, don't go in with a beauty blender sponge like I am, because the sponges actually soak up some of the product, so it is not going to be as buildable as if you use a brush. So I go in between brushes and my beauty blender sponge. Today I'm just using the sponge because, you know, I don't mind for my imperfections to show even on camera sometimes. And if you're doing client makeup, do not do what I just did by putting the wand on my face and applying the product. So this is just mine. I don't use this on any of my clients. If you're gonna use that, make sure that you put it on an actual sanitized surface. That way you're not dipping the wand on your face or in anybody else's face and then putting it right back in the bottle. Like, that's just disgusting. Okay, now I'm gonna go into concealer. This is a drugstore concealer that you guys have seen a lot. This is my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Cafe, and I decided to go back to this concealer too. You know, sometimes when you just see a product laying around and you're like, man, I used to use this all the time. Let me see how it works. So I did that the other day, and I missed this concealer. Now, there are some products, like high-end products, that you definitely want to invest in, and then there are some lower end products that you should be fine with without having to invest in high end. I love high end foundations because I'm very, very oily, and I feel like they work the best. Now, there are some lower end foundations that I love too also, but concealers, you can easily get a drugstore concealer and it will do the job. Like, look at this. Do you see how flawless my under eye looks? You can definitely mix high-end and low-end products and be just fine. Okay, now I'm going to go into my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and I am going to set the middle portions of my face. And again, I'm going to be using my Beauty Blender sponge. I feel like it allows the powder to really, really get into the skin, and because I'm oily, I need something to really, really get in there. I need to set all the areas of my face where I applied the concealer, just underneath my eye. Also going to set my forehead because this powder is also going to give me a little bit of highlight and brightness. I'm gonna go over my brow just a little bit to kind of like make that even more matte. Then I'm also going to do my chin. So the areas where the light hits, which is basically the centermost portion of your face, is where I'm going to apply this particular powder. And I'm gonna bake, and baking just means I'm just gonna let it sit because I'm oily. If you're dry, girl, pat until you do not see any more powder, pat until you cannot pat anymore, or just immediately wipe it off. But if you are oily, you can absolutely leave it on your face just so that all the oils will soak up because you're oily anyways. And then you'll come out with like a clean, matte, flawless finish. So I know y'all thought this eyeshadow got the best of me, but I can see where the top of my eyeshadow kind of messed up a little bit because I have a little bit of hooded eyes. So I have this fold and I don't have much lid space. So all that means is I just need to drag my eyeshadow a little bit higher and I will be just fine. So that's what I'm gonna do to both. You can see that it's not clean anymore. So I'm gonna go in and just go a little bit higher than what I did before because I have a little transfer. Now it's time for liner, which is my my NYX matte liquid eyeliner. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, my NYX matte liquid eyeliner. I have not switched up on this. Like, I've been loyal to this baby and I am not going anywhere. This is my favorite liner, my only liner. And I am just gonna draw this wing. Like when you feel like a color is not gonna work for you, I dare you to try it. I dare you to try it because I promise you, you'll be able to make it work. Now I'm gonna use that bright orange underneath just to kind of smoke out my bottom lash line. But you also want your bottom lash line to be cohesive with your top. So I'm also going to put a little bit of that yellow right underneath just to blend those two colors together. Okay, now we'll put lashes on and I'll be right back. Right, so now it's time to wipe off the powder, and y'all can see that I got a little bit of the orange powder under there, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a little bit of this Laura Mercier medium deep powder, and I am going to get underneath my eye just so that it covers and wipes away the additional powder that I had. So you can see that even though I had like this very, very bright, colorful powder underneath my eye as fallout, you no longer see it. It is all gone. You can use the same powder that you used. However, I wanted to use the brown powder only because I want to tone down a little bit of the translucent powder to kind of keep my little chocolate complexion shining through as much as possible. Okay, now it's time to bronze the skin, and I love to bronze with my Morphe Leader bronzer. It's something that you can pick up from the Morphe store, of course, or you can go into your locals. It is an amazing bronzer. They have so many different colors for our rich skin. I am going to just put it on my cheeks, underneath my chin, underneath my chin, and then around the temples of my forehead to add some definition and color back to my skin. Now this next product is something that I have been loving for a while, which is also by Makeup by Yolondo. She has amazing products. You definitely need to go to her website, check it out. I'm gonna leave her website in the description box below so you'll know where to pick up and view her products. So these blushes are like, you will probably never think that this yellow blush is everything that you've been missing, but trust me, it's everything that you've been mixing. I'm actually going to be mixing both of these together and apply it on the apples of my cheeks, and this is going to give me more warmth to my skin and bronze me up. Like, this combination is everything. I look so freaking warm right now. CoverGirl Ebony Bronzer for my nose. So to bronze up my nose, I use this bronzer every single time. I do not switch it up for anything because it is the perfect bronzer for my nose. I don't like to do like all that concealer and contour and all that other stuff. I like to keep the shape of my nose, just make it look a little bit more defined, because you know you lose it with the powder and all of that. So I just want to bring my true nose back. Now it's time for highlight. I don't know if this Bobbi Brown palette is still available. This is the Berry Cheek palette. I'm going to be using the Berry Highlight. It is very, very golden in color, more of like a rose gold. And I think it'll look perfect with this look because it's very, very subtle. And all it's gonna do is make me look warm. And that's what I need because these shadows are already bright on their own. Now it's time for the lip. I'm gonna be using Matte Chestnut Lip Liner. And because my lip is already, my eyes are already so bold, I'm going to mute my lips a little bit. I'm going to be using Honey Matte Lipstick by Anastasia. Okay, so to lock in the look, I am going to be using my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And this is it.